erasing and repeating and erasing and repeating, trying to get out the perfect video. And I have the idea and I put it on paper, and then it's not as strong, it doesn't have the same meaning. And maybe because I'm so used to it by now. But one of my understandings, if I'm to understand a little bit about electricity and where the power is on the outside of the power line and not actually inside of the power line. I don't know the whole explanation of this, but with that said, that I have to understand that I am in the area of voided space. The element of who I am is human. HU 29, MAN 2857. I am a moon, or a carrier of a moon. The word man is number 28. The cycle in the moon is 28. 3 28s, 3 moons will equal to what is 84 Pluto, to what is the division between night and day. My memory, the fabric of space for which passes through my body. I breathe it in, I eat, I swallow it, I burp it. I live within the fabric of space, and every time I breathe, a little bit more information comes within inside of me, because here is our conscience. Before us is our memories. For what you see immediately, you know what it is, because it's the cookies that are around you. We saved the cookies. So that is your private area space, as well as your micro private area space for what you're thinking at the moment. Remember, you must go to the deepest of depths in order to understand the two sides of the story. It doesn't matter how deep or where you go inside of here. Keep it to yourself. Your action will be the judgment and result of you, the God, the soul singular moon, male, man, woman, female. The deliverance of the information creates the male. One, 1, 3. What are numbers? No numbers. We must know deeper into numbers. That's why it's taken me a long time to do all the work, whatever amount of pages it in, pens and whatever, whatnot. We need to put this quickening and quickening. This September marks the year ending 5783. I don't even know what 83 is. 38 is 19 and 19. So that is 9 and 10, 9 and 10, 9 and 10. I'm trying to figure out, how can I get to 83? I know 38 is gold. I know 38 is going to be the representations of Ra. The reason for that is because the famous or infamous cube is where the participation, okay, of Ra is participating inside of 3 and 3, which is 6. 3 times 6 is 18. 3 times 6 is 18. 1 with 8 void. Just a coincidence. 18 and 18. Okay, so now we have 8 void and 3 void. 38 to what is 61. So we have 3 and 8 void to what is 6 and 1 dot. So that will be that basic equation to what now will be the 2 and 5 dot to the 7 and 4 void. this is where 1 and 1 comes together. Well, 1 and 1 comes together with 88. But the reverse side of a dice does not have 88. So where does 1 and 1 come together? It comes together between A and M. Inside the spirit, 88 plus 3 creation equals to 91. A and B equals to that 3. Now you're going to have plus 88. This is your ST and ND, your first and your second creation. AM, when added, goes all the way to 91. Your basic creation is AD, equaling to 10. 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 equals to 10. So what do you basically get when you go A to M and A to B? A to D and A to M, you get Adam. The M and D, medical doctor, they are in the same house. This will create 3 houses. M is also a Roman numeral, so is D a Roman numeral. They are 1500 together. And in between, what is 1500? Or if we would just want to go what's in between 2 and 5 is 2, 3, and 4, the vibration of Xe. 911. This is going to equal to 880 plus 99 equals to 979. And this is the birth in the gate and the birth in the gate through Venus. 99, which is Jupiter. 13, and that is where man comes in again. 169 moons. So we're going to take a look at something over here. Over here, the number of, let me make this larger. Okay, the number of moons a planet in the solar system depends on where the planets form, while the terrestrial planets, Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars, have a total of 3 moons. You see, remember the number 3. Remember that 3. Okay, understand 8, understand 3, understand our numbers. That 3 and 8 comes together somewhere else. I don't remember where it is. We will talk about it. Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune have combined possess 169 known moons. And to do that, it's 13 by 13 equals 169. 14 by 14 equals 196. Okay, the difference is 27. The split in the alphabet is also over here. The split between the gate and the sun. The gate and the sun, 7 and A. Okay, this will be the sun. The reason for that is it is also the DNA and then the sun. We get stamp marked at 10. D is 10. There are 3 areas. Okay, and this 4th area, the 3 areas will create 1, 3, 6. And then this area over here is going to create 10. And the same thing's going to happen, the mirror-like on the other side. Did I do that right? The mirror-like on the other side is going to do the same thing. So it's going to do, what did I get? 1, 3, and 6. So you got 13 and 16. Anyways, I don't want to get into that because, again, there's still this to talk about what 1, 3, and 7 is and what 4 and 7. Although I've done it in my videos, I've never stamped it as where you can find it. So let me do one other thing. 11 times 8 equals 88 plus 19 equals to 107. That equals to the relevant of Earth's heart. That is relevant to the word 20. That is that is created by number 52, Jack and Earth's heart. Um, these are second world creations. First world creations are 1 and 6, then inside of that, so that's in the standing area of Q, because this does create Q. Why I say that is because when you're looking at the extremities of the dice, right, you can't put this over here. This is here or here, right? Look at the dice. It's either up or it's down. So one or the other. Only 5. You only get 5. So you go A to 5, and then you go B over to 6. So that's like an obligation through the dice. This is what tells me everything. Here I throw the dice, and what do I get? That's right, 51. I'm on Mars. I throw the dice, what do I get? 63, creation of DNA in the sun. I throw the dice, I get 6410. Whoop. 6410? No, I don't. I get 13, man on the moon. I get Zion, Israel. I got the day of DC, the divided cube, area 55. So I throw the dice again, I get 31. But I don't have 31, I have 86. I have the divided house because I have the 8 void and the 6 void, my divided house. So this is where the 9 lives of the cat come in. 2 times 4, 2 plus 4 will create the result over here. And to find that, the start of this situation is 16. 1 times 6, 1 plus 6 equals 7 and equals to 6. 7 times 6 equals to 42. 7 plus 6 equals to 13 equals to 55. And you divide the house at 55. The reason for this is I cannot walk into you and you walk into me. When you walk into me and there's a dot in the center, we must join together. Otherwise, one walks here and one walks here, then we go and we face each other. Where one walks here and one walks here, then we go and we face each other. That way we're on the same level in that zone. We can't possibly, I want to show you something. I can bring these two together, but now these two sides are apart. This is being fair to both sides. See, it's being fair to all sides. But once I bring one side together, one side is close, the other side is apart. I'm not really sure where we should be using this in one context. Okay, so if I should bring these two together, okay, what is happening in this context? See, in this context, I can see the letter I over here. In this context, I can basically see the letter H. I'm not really sure where it is, which context that is, but there's an H and an I, and there's a reason. So your 16 will create this, will create this. Your 1 and 3 over here. Okay, your 3 and your 1. When you flip it over, it's 64. Okay, so we're going to write down the 64 and the 1 and 3. 1 and 3 is noted to be man, because that's when you have your bar mitzvah, and that'll be passing of 169 moons, which we already saw was Jupiter, Uranus, Neptune, Saturn. What does it look like? Juns. So, yeah, so this is what we have. We already know that man, right? The word man runs a cycle of 28 days. So just give me a second. Man, the 13 year of age, 169 moons. Yes, the 2 times 4, 2 plus 4 is 6 and 8. 1 times 3, 1 plus 3 is 4 and 3. So we have the house of DC of the divided 7th gate. Okay, and why it's the divided 7th gate is because here is DC. If I flip it over, it's the same thing. If we want to look at the other sides, when we have DC, we'll have 51, and we'll also have 62. So we'll have these two. So we'll have basically the Mars, the Queen, the card, and the game. We're going to keep it really basic. We're also going to have B through F equaling to 20 instead of what is A through E equaling to 15, and this will be the game of pool, and this will be the game of darts. Remember the game of darts, the 50 and the 25, 50 red, 25 green, Earth's heart surrounding the red. But remember, 0, okay, remember, is there a hole in the center of the donut or not? What is 0? What is 0? 0 is a hole of something. 0, 6. All zeros equal to 6. This equals to 75. Because it's a 0, you must add on the light, the creation right here. 3 is the creation, your 3 void. 1 times 1, 1 plus 1 is 1 and 2, 3. You fill the void. So when you add 6, when you're filling that void, it's telling you right away, you come from Venus, you've been subtracted from Venus. First of all, you got subtracted 18 into 81. Then you got subtracted from Venus 6 into 75, which is male. Male 7, female 5. But remember, this is the base. Because 7 and 7 equals to 14, and that becomes a 5. So I'm not really sure if they twist and tie and exactly how it goes around, because remember, still the male is with that singular dot, and the female also has a singular dot. But in creating 7, okay, it's 1 times 3, 1 plus 3 equals to 3 equals to 4. They become the greatest gap, DC, inside of 7. Where am I next with this? Yes, the 6 and 8. You see what happens with the 8. The 6 and 2, you have your 5 and 1, 6. So if you have your 3 and your 5, see, you're going to have it here and here. Then you're going to have your 4 and your 2. So now the 4 and the 2 is the dividing gate, which is 6 and 8 by the 7th gate. Which 7 divides? The 4, 3 is what creates the perfect division, does it not? Does 2 times 4, 2 times 3 is that perfect division? Remember that number 22, because ape is number 22, and we're busting out, as they said in blackjack, 21 with the cube. The new avatar bodies of ape busted out, a new body for this planet. Wow, look at that. Never knew apes can talk, right? We're being run by the apes somehow. But anyways, I'm not really sure where else to take it. We did the Adam. I don't know if we did the Eve, but the Eve part has to do with the student. And always remember Y and O together, very important. 2s and 5s and dots and suns and DNAs. And yeah, we're going to leave it at that. Raphael, 7286 and a constellation of Pegasus. I'll come back a little bit later. Thank you for watching this video. You got any questions, go ahead. Ask me where I get my information from. I get my information from the dartboard. I get my information from the pool game. I get my information from the bowling alley. I get my information from hockey and baseball and soccer and football. The scoring in the games. How many people are on the field? The name of the sport. Do they have a referee? Does he or she have a whistle? Is there a stadium or fans, or is it played online? Where do I get my information from and my questions? We can look deep into the Bible or into a dictionary. We can understand a little bit about words, the definition of a word, the explanation of how the letters were created to create the word, the dots and dashes of Morse code, connecting them together to create the geometric shapes that weren't called octagons and hexagons and pentagrams. They were called A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and it was called the alphabet. And then they got C, the same street, because we connected the alphabet to the numerics, and the numerics reproduced and reproduced another planet just like ours. Welcome to fleshy robotics. Your memory and your mind surround you. All you have to do is breathe and want. Raphael. Love and peace. Squishies. Later.